Hi, it's Mark from Moose Marketing PR, the editor of Punchline Magazine, and welcome to Punchline Talks. Today I'm in North Warehouse and the City Council meeting all about Aspire GL1 and what a dog's dinner it's been. But I'm here with Councillor Hannah Norman, who's, what's your portfolio, Hannah?
I'm Deputy Leader and Cabinet Member for Performance and Resources.
Well, one of the things that came out tonight was the numbers. That's what we're all interested in, the business community. We know there was nearly £500,000 overdrawn in 2022. Looking at the annual accounts, there was the council gave 1.5 million as well to bankroll it. As well, there was a deficit of £10 million in the pensions. What interests me is what you said about the pay rises. We're talking about 9.3% pay rises now, and a minimum pay rise, that's okay. Can you explain about the top?
Yeah, very much so. So, like you say, in April 2023, the minimum wage increased, which was around about a 9% increase. So we absolutely support junior members of staff, those on minimum wage, absolutely getting that in light of the cost of living. However, for anyone that was in a senior or middle managerial role, knowing the deficits that Aspire were working to, I do question receiving 9.3%, especially the one individual within the trust that from the 2022 accounts stated they earned a salary between £80,001 and £90,000. For them to receive 9.3% is very questionable in my view when they were assessing a negative operating budget for the financial year.
Now what we're talking about here is £90,000 and 9.3%. I worked that out as nearly a £10,000 pay rise.
Yep.
So a £10,000 pay rise for maybe the chief executive or someone we're not sure about. At this particular time when the company is 500,000 in the red, to me, raises question marks.
Most definitely, and I think some of the questions we would want answered in any lessons learned is how did the trustees of Aspire scrutinise those decisions? Were they passed through on the nod? Did it go to the board for ratification? I think those are incredibly important issues to be addressed, because at the end of the day they were being primarily funded by the City Council, so it's cost taxpayers' money.
Now there are a lot of management, middle managers as well. How many managers are we talking about, and what kind of salary pay band and salary rises?
So the 2022 accounts weren't clear as to the precise bandings, but there was a group listed which included centre managers, marketing, HR, financial managers. So I would imagine they were on salaries of anywhere upward of £30,000, maybe as high as £65,000. And again, from the information in the Hazelwood's report, they also were given a 9.3% increase.
Okay, £60,000 and 9% increase. That's £5,000 or £6,000, £7,000 when a company is actually in the red. Now, I'm not saying they're not worth it for a second.
Not at all.
But when a company itself, and it's a taxpayers funded company, or bankrolled by it.
Indeed, and I think there were some other challenges with the Hazelwood report where they were showing their business plan showed a 500k increase in staffing costs year on year from 22-23 to 23-24. Some of that was attributed to the pay rises, but some of it was about filling vacancies. Now, all we as a City Council wanted to know is were those vacancies critical and what revenue it would derive. Obviously, it was a good investment, we would have been supportive of it, but we wanted to have a collaborative conversation about that so as to not worsen the financial position of Aspire.
Now, obviously, the energy crisis as well, what was going on, there didn't seem to be any knowledge or any figures within those accounts either. It seemed to be a complete mess on that front.
Yeah, so energy has obviously been challenging in recent years. For swimming pool operators, incredibly challenging because there's very limited things that you can do to limit the utilisation of utilities. However, some of the financial support we gave since 2019 includes just over 400,000 support for their utility arrears from 2019. So this isn't just a COVID or inflationary thing. I think there's questions about how Aspire have managed their cost base for a number of years.
So just go back to the finances again. Council gave Aspire £1.5 million the first time round. They were offered another £500,000.
So in year they would have received £360,000 that was approved at budget in February 23. They asked for an additional £260,000, which would have given them £620,000 in total as a management fee this year.
And that means the increase in salaries was actually the £500,000 that you just gave them.
Quite possibly.
Okay, thanks ever so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.